Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this new and slightly different video I'm going to be posting on this channel. I wanted to go through actually something with you because, look, 2025 just started and I put out some goals for me. Let me just put this out here in text. So we got 2025, right? And what does everybody do when the new year hits? They all make resolutions. I'm hold on. I'm gonna do this. I need to do it individually. Okay, that. Like the basic stuff. Like we've all done it. I've done it myself. I put down goals, and I might follow them for like a day, a week, a month, but at some stage, it all breaks down, and at some point, you got to start thinking, okay, it couldn't be, it cannot be the goals, it cannot be the circumstances. It has to be you. And I know many, many people, this is, I think, 90% of those who don't succeed, they're stuck basically in this stage where you begin something, like you begin your journey right here, and you have this bridge of discipline and perseverance you have to stick through until you reach here, which is the S, success. And many, many times I've gotten to this bridge towards here, then I fell into the water. This is, let's say, water. Sometimes I got this far, then I fell to the water. Sometimes I maybe even got this far, and then I fell down to the water. But I've never reached this milestone right here. And success can be defined many ways. I just would say ultimately reaching your goals and then continuing on the new set of goals. Of course, so I've hit my milestones in the past before, but objectively, I have not succeeded. I've reverted back to the beginning every single time. And I was thinking recently, why is this? Like, how can I avoid this from happening? Because I do not want every time I have a plan to start from and the bridge is in front of me and I have to cross it. And at this point, I'm already anticipating, okay, am I going to fail here? Am I going to fall into the water, here? I don't want to think about that anymore. So before I even begin my journey here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my rucksack, like my bag, and I'm going to fill it with supplies. So when I go through the journey, I don't fall down. I don't, get fucked, basically. And what this really means is I want to fix the vehicle, which is myself. Like the reason why I failed so many times, actually, in fact, every time, it's the ultimate accountability was because of me, because of the things I haven't done. So I was thinking, okay, let me put down the list of all the things that I can name that I think are holding me back, that I know are holding me back. And then let's, dump this list into a trash bag. Let's do that. Because I have to stop doing the bad. I have to cut off the bad stuff and replace it with the good stuff, the good list. The list of things that if I do them, will make sure I have the character to cross this bridge. So the first thing I have to do is dopamine detox. Like I've been just destroyed. Like I think many of us by dopamine hits with various kind of entertainment and content. And if you don't control it, it just consumes you, just takes you over. And I don't think anybody really, even if somebody did, ultimately, you scrolling TikTok, you scrolling IG discovery page, it's not putting you forward at all. Like 99% of the time, you're reverting. You're actually destroying your attention span and your dopamine levels so that when you have to do something productive, it just becomes this huge, difficult thing for you. So dopamine detox will be the number one thing I focus on. Second thing will be aligning the beliefs. start manifesting myself in a better place with more things, because the mind is a powerful thing. If I can convince myself that I am, like, there's a good saying, develop a huge ego and then work to justify it. Trust me, pays off. Do you know that old cliche kind of saying, fake it until you make it? Well, it's actually true. If you fake it until you make it, you'll get farther than if you just, you know, are all anxious and shy, and you think you're not deserving of stuff. Look, it's a competitive world. It's ruthless out there. You have to fucking take. You have to put yourself in a confidence, in a confident stance, because if you don't, somebody else will, and somebody else will take what you could have taken. And that not only will that affect you, will affect everything that you do as a return. So really, that's the third thing is after you lock in the dopamine levels, you have to restore that. I think a lot of us right now have a problem with dopamine, and you have the mental alignment with, like, there is no doubt at this point your dopamine is fixed and you are aligned. You know where you're going, you can get to. Now that vehicle, that yourself, that body that you're pushing forward is starting to look like something that that has the things optimized for success. And then ultimately, once you have those first two things, the third thing you can focus on is just executing on the right things, which is the good list. So really, that's my plan for this year. I've uploaded some other videos on this channel. As I've said before, 2025, I will make it transformational. And ultimately, what we're going to do this year is we're going to hit some of our, let's say, physical goals, being in shape, focusing on health, on the physical aspect. Mentally, want to improve my ability to do everything, basically, to become just a smarter individual. And ultimately, spiritually, I want to become content and satisfied to the next level, so that I can then have this positive aura and impact on other people. And financially, we said this before in the previous video, I want to hit my first 10K month. Okay. First 10K month this year, loading, as we're getting to that point. So ultimately, this is it, right? To start, this is the point of this video. The reason why a lot of people start and fail, and this process repeats itself forever, basically. A lot of people can say, I've tried for so many years, and it's always, this is the problem. It's like you're trying to go on a road trip in a car that has a problem, and it's likely it's going to break down at some point, and you know this, right? Because the car, you haven't changed the oil. So if you drive realistically over 1,000 miles, it's gonna fucking destroy the engine, right? You know this, it's a fact. So a lot of people, just myself included, you try and you fail, and you try and you fail. It's not that the things you were trying were bad, even if they were. Again, the natural progression of any success is to learn on your failures and to reiterate on things that don't work, to then get to the thing that works. But the problem becomes, if you're trying to do all of that before you take your car to the repair, to the fucking mechanic to fucking fix it before you start the road trip, you're gonna make the trip exponentially harder. Like, you're gonna have to fucking hitchhike, you're gonna have to fucking walk, it's gonna take you decades, years, whatever. No, listen, dopamine detox, you can do that realistically hard mode in about 2 weeks to a month, I would say, probably, for you to reset to a new default. And then ultimately the alignment and the manifestations in a month, aggressively, you can get yourself, in the state of mind of pursuing it. And just everything you do will start to shape, to take a different form, and you'll be able to do more and better. So my plan for 2025 really is to reinvent myself. How exactly will I look in 6 months? and where I will be making money with my successes or failures will yet be seen. There's a few things I'm trying to possibly start. OnlyFans management. I also want to do something in info products, like a community course, or maybe I'm thinking maybe school. Like you see, there's a lot of things, and that's the thing, the shiny object syndrome. So many things, but I'm really aware of this. I don't want to make it this way. I want to lock in something I know I'll pursue, and I'll make it work. So we'll see which of these things will be the thing. But the point is, it doesn't matter, because if the vehicle's right, then all the failures in the trip, will be like something that you. Okay, what happened to the fucking board? All the failures in the trip will be expected. It's bumps in the road, but the car can go through these bumps, take small damage, but continue, and then boom. In this case, first success, 10K a month, staple, like this level, right? You reach 10K a month from zero. Amazing. You just unlocked a new plane of existence you haven't yet been in before. And that's gonna be the way we approach 2025. So I'm very excited for that. Keeping myself accountable every single day, something I haven't done, and I'm gonna start, and I've started, and I'm not gonna stop, because accountability is the superpower all men have and should have, and everything's my fault, and I'm gonna change everything in my life for the better, because I can, because I have no other option, and that's the optimism that I have. You have to be that, like, develop an ego and work to justify it. So keeping it short, guys. Short. It's been 12 minutes. But yeah, we'll catch up in the next one. Stay posted and stay frosty. Talk soon.